no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I'll ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, yeah. The sky is falling down.
I don't wanna stay here, no. Ain't gonna keep it low. If you wanna go, let's go. Let's wrap it up
What's up, guys? How are you all? Let me see if I can get switched to this camera right here, and then maybe I'll go here. There we go. So what's up, guys? Welcome to today's class. Super excited to have all of you guys in the room with me. I see all of you guys in the chat. Let's turn the music off. Let's get started. Very excited to go over the cut that we're going to do today. We're going to focus on cutting a curtain men's cut. So like a curtain fringe, play on that. We're going to kind of go back to the 90s a little bit. I think this is it's a trend for sure. I'm not getting a ton of requests for it in the salon currently, but I feel like it's definitely becoming more of a trend through celebrities and different things. So I think it's good to understand it and also understand the differences between how we would cut it in the 90s and how we would cut it now. I never cut it in the 90s, so I'm going to show you how I cut it now, and it's going to be pretty fun. The other thing is, Jess, I just want to say thank you for the very nice email about your son. You know, raising money at home, figuring out how to raise money at home to donate to my son's charitable cause, which is St. Baldrick's. He's shaving his head to fight children's cancer, or to fight children's cancer and also aid in children's cancer research. So that is one thing that I want to do right now, is just play something for you guys real quick. It's a video of my son. I think I can pull it up here. That's not what I wanted to do. Let me go install later. Let's go here, and then this is where I want to go. All right, let me see if I can pull this video up. Yes, so here is the video of my son. He's raising money. He's at almost $3,000. We're trying to get to $6,000. So if any of you guys out there could just donate whatever you can. Also, if you donate $10 or more, for every $10 that you donate, I'm putting your name into a drawing, and I'm giving away my DB20 scissor. This is my personal one that I've used for years. It's a $950 scissor. It's a 5.7-inch scissor, and I'll clean it up nice for you. I'll send it to you, and I'll even give you guys a free sharpening of that scissor because I'm sure it needs it a little bit. And then also, the second runner-up of that contest, I'll send a free TriRazor to you guys for that donation. So we're giving out 2 prizes, one DB20 scissor, which is my love. You guys know I've been using it for a long time, talked about it in a lot of videos, but I'm going to give it up for this. And then a TriRazor as well. So 2 people will win. Just donate, put your Instagram handle, or just put your hairstylist. Some way I got to figure out how to contact you guys. So Instagram handle is the best. And then that way I kind of know how to get a hold of you if you are chosen to be the winner. So here's my son's video. You guys can see, and then I'll get started with the haircut right after that.
Hey guys, it's Hayden here, and I'm going to be shaving my head again for St. Baldrick. This year will be my 5th year shaving. I'm shaving and accepting donations to help raise money for childhood cancer research. Every bit counts, and no donation amount is too little. If you could, please donate and share this video. The money raised will help give more time to kids fighting cancer, and hopefully someday find a cure. Click the link in the description to donate now. I appreciate all of your help. By next week, all of this will be gone. Thanks everybody.
I know the story of your life, through winter storms and summer skies. There was a time when you were young and free. So let's go back.
So there we go. So that is my son's video. Thank you to everyone out there that has donated so far. You guys are awesome. I really appreciate it. You guys, all you have to do, if the OGs in the room, Jess already started it, but those of you guys that kind of get the flow, you understand, if you could post a link in the comments so people could just click it and donate, that would be awesome. I really want to dedicate today not only to doing this haircut, but raising as much money as we can throughout this live stream. So I will be reminding you guys, and I understand if you guys don't have the money to do it, I get it, but this is such an awesome charity. We do it every single year. My son has shaved his head 5 times now, and I think he's raised about at least $5,000 every year. That's why our goal is $6,000 this year. So, you know, he's at 20 grand already, and he's this year raised already 3,000. So, you know, I'm super proud of him, and I appreciate your guys' support in helping him reach that goal. My son watched your son and wants to try lacrosse. That's super cool. Yes, at Hayden Lacrosse is his Instagram. He practices every day. I practice with him. So if you guys want to watch me do something other than hair, then you can go there. And it's a lot of fun. You can inspire your kid or whatever, but we have a lot of fun out there, and I document it because that's what I do, and it's fun to do it. So thank you guys again. Thank you so much. Let's get started with the haircut. So basically the way that this one's going to work, let me pop over this camera. So basically the way that this one's going to work, we're going to do it in steps. So it's going to be basically Above parietal ridge is going to be the first step. Second step is going to be below parietal ridge, but above temple, and then temple and lower. So we'll start with the third step, with the lowest step here, and then we're going to build this shape off. What it's going to be is a split down the center. So you can kind of think of that BTS. They've been wearing this style for a very long time. Parted in the center, kind of flows back. I want to give it some volume in this cut as well. So that's kind of the goal of this one by the end. So I'm going to be doing some clipper over comb work, and then I'm going to be doing scissor work on the top. I want to keep it as simple as possible. This isn't a complicated haircut, but it's a more precision-based haircut as well. Not as much texture in this one. All right, so spray bottle. So let's get let's get this thing sectioned off, and then we'll go in and start our work. So to section it off, I comb everything straight back. Yes, he has a little bit longer hair. It's pretty thick. I think this style aids to somebody with medium to thick hair. Finer hair, it's going to fall pretty flat. I know because I had this haircut in 6th grade. So it was a very, very flat bowl-shaped haircut. So it caters really well to wavier hair and thicker to medium hair as we work through it. So we're going to go straight down the center right here. And thank you to everybody. I can see your comments in there as well, so I really appreciate that. All right. So I part it down the center. And that's going to be the top line. Then what we're going to do is we're going to build that. Don't go to the parietal ridge, but we're going to build that line down. So let me go here. Okay. And also, those of you guys that are new in the room, type new in the chat. If this is your first time, everybody can say hello to you. We do this kind of all the time. We're live. So a lot of these guys hang with us every day. So say hello to the new people. The other thing is, if you've been a part of this for a long time, help out the new people. Tell them if they have questions about anything that I'm using. If you guys want to purchase a comb or a clip or whatever, any tools that I'm using in this video, you can go to our online store, Shop FSE, which I'll talk about. Also, can't forget this. We're live on Minerva Beauty's Facebook as well. So Minerva Beauty is a online and in-store, if you want to go to near Monroe, Georgia. But they have a beautiful warehouse. But in COVID times, you go online, you can shop. They have the really awesome, and they just keep getting better. I mean, every time I go on their website, you see more just options for furniture. Our salon has a really cool white and gold theme. If you go on Minerva Beauty's website, you're going to see a ton of white and gold furniture. It's just really cool modern stuff. The thing I love about Minerva is that they ship very quickly. So they have this big warehouse where a lot of the companies, you put in the order and then it's kind of made to order, or they order it from a manufacturer overseas and it just takes a long time to get it. Minerva most of the time has everything in stock and they can ship it right out to you. They're in the US and, they got the best prices. They're not super expensive and they got really awesome stuff. So if you're looking to upgrade your furniture, go to minervabeauty.com. They've supported me for a long time, my company, Free Salon Education. So let's give them a little support as well. All right. Let's go to the overhead because I want to show you guys how I break down this section here. So I'm going to come across the crown. So right here, mid crown, then you have high crown here or the apex, and then you have low crown. So I'm going to go mid crown, right where that head starts to bend down, draw my line. Then I'm going to start combing that hair forward. And then I'm going to take a line that goes above parietal ridge, remember, staying above that parietal ridge area, and section it through. Now, I've got that section. I'll show you guys in different angles so you can see it when I'm done. Grab a couple clips. And here's what we're going to do. So comb this up in the air, just like this, and then I'm going to twist it. If you can't twist it on the guy that you're currently doing, you can always comb this stuff out of the way. The reason I'm sectioning this so clean for you guys is to teach you. If I was in the salon, probably wouldn't even section this. or I would section it as I went. So it just depends. Now with women's hair cutting, longer hair, bob haircuts, different things like that, I probably would section it. I section the majority of my haircuts. But for men's hair, I don't always section it because it's just shorter and it's easier to just comb it out of the way. So now I want to find balance in these two panels. So right here, I've got about a 2-inch panel across, and I'm going to do the same thing over here. You can look at it from the back, work the round, come through to the front, below that parietal ridge area. Look at it from the front, and then when you have it, you can comb it up and clip it away. So just like that. Twist it. There we go. Slide the clip in. All right, so let me show you guys from the front view so you can get a better kind of angle on it here. So right there, we've got our two sections, one here, and now we're gonna work another 2 panels on each side here. So same thing, turn it, come down like that, comb this back. So I'm basically separating front and back. We've talked about this a million times on other videos. Let me see if that is. Yeah, I think that's good. So then comb this over, and now I'm going to work just like that. And I'm going to comb this forward and then clip it away. Should really have these clips with me. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. You know what I'm saying? All right, lift this up. Like that, and I'm going to slide my clip up underneath. So just separating those two sections. Let's keep that from getting blurry. We'll come around to the other side. Same thing. Separate front and back. Comb the back backwards. And then create another panel. And I'll comb this up. We got some little pieces in there. It's okay. I'm not really like that concerned about that. So now, there we go. We've got 4 panels throughout the top of the head. Now we've got this underneath and the back. This, I'm going to clipper all of it. Clipper over comb. And then I'm going to work my scissor work through these sections here. This is a good point to... Adele was commenting on Matt's black shirt, so I just said, watch his hands. Everybody comments on my black shirt. That's why I try to stay out of the way. I get that the black shirt, you know, maybe someday when I lose 50 pounds, I'll wear a white shirt. But until then, this class is free. That's why you get what you pay for. I'm just kidding. All right, so take a look at the sectioning as it works around. So you can see the crown area, then those 4 panels, and now we're going to go in and work our clipper over comb. Now let's talk about clipper over comb and break it down a little bit. I've got my Andis clipper, and I've got 2 comb options. So we've got this Andis cordless master clipper, which I love, and then I've got this comb option here, which is, I forget the exact number of this, why I sparked. It's I don't know. It's on our website though. And then this one is not on our website here, but it's one of my favorite combs on the planet. I've used it so much I broke the tip of it, and I haven't looked for another one yet. But I love this thing because it's a little bit thicker, wider, and the comb or the clipper glides across it really easy. So let me go to the overhead, show you guys something. So this is the perfect moment to have black background here. So the clipper should run directly over the comb. And what I like to do is have a comb that's about the same width as the clipper. So when I take a section up and I work that clipper over top of it, it glides right over and allows the hair to feed into the clipper and cut it in a nice line. So if you use a smaller comb, it obviously makes it more difficult because you can cut hair that you didn't want to cut in your section. So if you look at this blue comb here, you can see how much wider the clipper is than that comb. So that can be danger. So, all right. It's a good point to say, if you guys have questions, type Q, put in your question in the chat. Everybody will show you kind of how to do that. It's just a Q before your question. That way, when I'm looking in the chat, I can see you guys as you're asking the questions, because, we're seeing a chat kind of come in through quite a bit of different platforms. So, all right. You guys are very welcome. Thanks for all that. He's usually very good about staying out of the shot. Thanks, Melissa. I appreciate you talking about that. All right. So a couple things I could do. I'm going to do this wet because I like to get a little bit of bulk into the comb and work through it. You could do it on dry hair, like I could blow this dry. It really depends on the control that you have with the hair. So this guy doesn't have super wavy hair or hard hair to deal with. So I don't mind kind of working on the wet hair. But if I needed to blow it dry, if he had a ton of calyx or something, then I would teach him how to blow it dry, and then I would cut it that way. All right. We got that hair out of the way. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go nice and tight to the head. So I come in here and I scoop the hair up, and then I twist back like that. Up and twist back like that. What that's doing is creating a graduated line. So what I do is I take that graduation and I look at this like, let's say I come up here and I cut, right? Now I drop it. What happens, and I'll brighten this camera up a little bit for you guys. Pop it. That's too much. That's good. Perfecto. All right, so what happens is it removes the weight from this point right here and then drops the weight off right there. So we didn't have a weight line here, now we do. So what do? I then move up the head and I scoop again, and now there's my weight line, and then that's what I'm gonna cut. So I use that weight line as then the guide. So I work through it. So here, weight line, use it as a guide. And I continue through. And I decide, do I wanna start building up weight right away? Now, the reason I wouldn't want to start building up weight right away is if he had really thick hair. Because what's that gonna do? It's gonna bubble the shape out too quickly. So I might take this nice and tight all the way up, which is kind of what I'm gonna do, and then start my graduation in my fingers with my scissor later. So I'm gonna go a little tighter here on the edge, working diagonal back, clipper coming back off the face, and that is going to be the angle through it. This is clipper, no guard here, all the way closed, so it gets as tight to the comb as I can. So I'm true to lifting. So right at the comb, that's exactly where I'm cutting it. And also this is wet hair as I'm working through. All right. I go through here, clipper, over comb. Again, tight to the head. I don't mind taking this in nice and close. So funny story. I guess you guys can decide if it's actually funny, but when I was a kid, I don't know why the hairdresser did this, but I was in a small town of 750 people, so maybe there was just not enough hairdressers, too many heads, but the local hairdresser taught my mom how to cut a bowl cut on my head, so that's pretty much the haircut that me, my brother, and my sister had, all growing up. So, but the funny part about it is that it would basically just be shaved underneath, and then the bowl would come around and you would cut your line. This haircut is a play on that, but it's more connected, which, is what I think makes this kind of go into more of a modern state. We were very obsessed with disconnection and all of that, over the last, over the last 5 years, but now I feel like connection is coming back a little bit. There still is a place and time for disconnection, but within men's cutting, I think we're starting to connect those sides a little bit more. Some people aren't, like me, I have disconnections still in my haircut, probably always will, have since 6th grade, like I said. But we're going to go through and I'm going to show you guys how we'll really start to connect that. Let's see. So now I go behind the ear, scoop this out, same thing, connecting through. So just working through it. Now, here's where it gets a little tricky. When you start to work into the back of the head in the crown area, I don't want to start shaving that up around the head shape, right? So you got to be careful to not round. Let me go back out a little bit. Focus. So you got to be careful as you're lifting this up, you continue straight up to the ceiling. You don't follow the round in. If you do that, you're going to cut all this too short. It's going to ruin the haircut. So just working through here at the base, right off the scalp, and then up to the ceiling. And I'll keep working diagonally. I won't round off this way until the very end. Then I'll connect the two sides. But I'll just keep working diagonal back like this, following through, allowing that weight to kind of work its way to the opposite side of the head. And there we go. So clipper over comb, da-da-da. Oh. So just like that. Now I go to the opposite side. So Lynn, great question. Why is the hair wet with clippers? I kind of talked about that, but my feeling is wet hair clumps together, right? So, and dry hair kind of expands and explodes. So if I'm trying to work quickly through somebody's haircut without doing that dry detail work right away to get a more precision kind of feel to it, I go through and I just do it wet. Clipper over comb though, not clippering. So if I was going to do clipper work with a clipper guard, I would blow it dry because that tends to feed more hair into a concentrated spot so it can jam up a clipper a little bit. This is just like using a scissor, so it puts really nice, finely spread out sections into the comb and I can easily get through it. So it just softens the shape, keeps the hair a little bit heavier, and I'm going through and cutting more chunky lines through it, more blunt lines than the clipper where it's a little bit more spread out. So that's how I justify it in my mind. That doesn't make it right. It's just kind of how I feel about it. You could definitely do this dry though, just so I'm not saying that. So now I work back off the head shape. Try to keep the clipper going in the same direction that I did on the other side, so off of the face. Clippering that underneath and then working into the back. And just so you guys know, like me in the salon when I cut guys' hair, and I like to remind people that I cut a lot of guys' hair. This is majority of my clients are male clients at this point. But I do a lot of clipper over comb. And then I'll go in and maybe do a little detail work with the clipper guards, but for the most part, clipper over comb gets the bulk done. I can do this a lot faster than I can a clipper guard. So working through it, just balancing the two sides. You can see where the heaviness is building up in that crown area. I'll cut that more with scissors. So still working diagonal back. And cutting the hair this way is kind of like, for me, it's similar to sculpting. So, you know, now I'll meet the two sides. So I got a guide from each side coming through. Up into that low crown area, and then I will stop right about there. So now once I get that done, I'll blow it dry a little bit, just the bottom part of the hair. So I'll go through. Got my mini paddle brush here. All right, so once I get that blown dry, then I'm gonna go in with a clipper guard. So I'm gonna go with a number 3 and just work the edges with a clipper. So I wanna go a little bit shorter just around the edges. So I'll go in with the clipper, kind of lift out, just to take it a little bit tighter. And I haven't cut this crown area yet. We just kind of worked up to it. So a little lift. I would pull his ear down, work around that. Probably just do a little clip over comb since his ear is plastic. Just like that. And then I'll work the back. Momo, thank you so much. Posting the shop address. Now I'll just do the edge here. All right. Now, just blend these two little sides a little bit. You guys might not be able to see it as well, but there's a little bit of a weight line between the clipper and our clipper over comb, so I'll just tie that all together. Same thing behind. All right. Same blending over here. I'm getting your guys' way, but might have to. Okay. So weight lines are pretty good. Now I want to work that crown area in the back with my scissors. Let me show you guys how this is going to work. So we want this to flow backwards, right? We want it to follow the head shape. So what shape do we want to put into the haircut? We want to follow the round of the head, right? So as I'm working through it, I'm not going to start in the center back. I'm actually going to start by working and blending the sides and working my way through it. So just like this. There we go. I think that's good. So now diagonal back, and I'll be able to see these 2 points. So right here, bring this hair into my hand. I can see the short point there, and then the hair that I want to cut off. So I'll go right like that. I'll just work into it and cut. There's not a lot to blend there because we kind of already started our blend at that point. But as we work our way up, there'll be more and more to blend. Now, how do you know how far up to take your layering and graduation? Really depends on the shape you're looking for. So as I comb this hair back in to my hand here, the more I lift this up, the higher the weight line is going to get on the crown of the head. So it's just going to expand that shape up into the back. So I don't mind having a little extra lift on this, just like that. Comb. So we get the flow working back off the head. There we go. I'll just continue bringing that hair back. And we can use that guide as either traveling or stationary. Stationary is going to build more weight. Traveling is going to build less weight. So you can decide. I was building less weight until I got to this point. Now I want to build kind of maximum amount of weight, so I'm just bringing it over stationary. So just like this, stationary. So you'll start to see how it kind of gets heavier, starts to kick back off the head. So maybe one more section. All that's really going to get cut on the other side. But I'll cut it here anyways, just to get it going. So there we go, flowing back to the back. Now we're going to do the same thing on the opposite side here, and we're going to make these two meet in the middle. All right, so same thing. Your guide comes from underneath, and you start cutting to blend. Elevation goes up to carry that weight up the head a little bit. And then once I get to this middle area, my elevation will start to drop, to leave the weight. Here it is. We'll bring the rest over. Anything left to cut, you can cut at this point. And then that will give you kind of both sides coming in one way, coming in the other, getting heaviest in the middle. We can always cut into that middle at the end. That's just the basis of this cut, the flow of it. So now we're going to let down our two sides. So here, Side 1 into the cut. Side 2 will come down as well. And it's pretty important at this point, oh geez, not to kick your guest. That's the best thing to do. Second best thing to do is start to work your graduation, because at this point you're almost to the parietal ridge, so you really want to start building up that weight. It doesn't need to be an extreme graduation or line at this point, but it should start. So we're going to start in the front. Hopefully this will be a good angle for you guys. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to grab a smaller comb. All right, so now diagonal back parting. I work this hair into my hand. And now I want to start the graduation. Now, graduation is going to look a little different. So this is what people will probably think. Is to take the hair, bring it, and angle your fingers like this, right? Because we think graduation needs to be at this angle instead of, if you look at it, if I start bringing this out from the head like this, what's happening to the head shape? The head shape right here is curving away. So once we get to this top part, the top part of our fingers, see where the head is, see where 90 is? This is 90 degrees here. Because this is 90, what is this? This angle here is a little higher than 45, but it's still graduation because it's under 90 degrees. So don't get too extreme with your graduation, and then you can go in and start your cut. So there it is. Now I'm going to bring this hair. So I'm going to take another diagonal back parting. I'm going to see if what's going to be the best angle for you guys. Probably this. Little trick, if you guys don't know this. Use your comb to focus, because the hair is hard to focus. You guys making videos on your own? There you go. Tricks you learn over time. Here we go. Bring this hair down. Now I'm going to bring the new hair, but I want to drag it to the guide, or to the new section. So bring the guide to the new section. That's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth there. Lift this new hair over top of itself. Guideline pulled to the new section. Just going to continue working back. Grab the hair. Bring a little bit of the guide with me. Over top and cut. Now you can start to blend it in. I'm not really that worried about it. I'm more worried about the flow of this top section than the connection underneath. I can always scissor over comb that, clipper over comb it to get a final blend of it, but I'm really just I don't want to dictate what my upper line is going to be based on trying to blend it. So don't change your finger angle just to blend. Allow disconnection to happen. Cut into that disconnection later. That's kind of my thought process through it. You can see how nice it lays anyways, right? Here, comb up. This is why I like to do this in panels too, because you're not dealing with so much hair at once, and you can kind of really assess what each bit is doing for you in the haircut. So now, these two are now starting to connect. They flow, and they go right back. So you can see, it's got a nice flow, kick back to it. All right. The guard you used was purple. Just curious what size it was. It was a 3 guard. They're all purple, all the guards I use. You can see here, they're all purple. They're these Andis guards, and they have the magnets on them, which I really love, but you got to be careful when you order them because the Andis Master Clipper has 2 screws in here, so you need the guards with the 2 magnets that go on the opposite sides of the screws. There's also guards like this that have 1 magnet in the middle, and there are 4 other Andis clippers. They don't fit on this one. So depending on the clipper you have, you just got to be careful. But the magnetic guards are awesome. All right. Now we're going to do the left side. Go over here. This will be the best. Cute. Can't we start cutting from the back and match it because it looks hard to guess the length? So you can, but I would rather, so here's what happens. That's such a great question because it's going to go into the why of this part. So what happens is we're always trying to connect something, but not thinking about the end result of that, right? So for me, I would rather work my way back and then see if I need to blend to connect these two rather than trying to like I'm determining my length in the front, which is the most important part to me. So when I cut the front first, I'm saying to myself, this is exactly how long I want the front to be. And now I'm going to work my way back. And if those 2 lengths don't match up, I can always blend them very easily. But if I start in the back and I start cutting, and now I cut the front shorter than I wanted to, then it kind of throws off the whole entire look of the haircut. So that's my reasoning behind, going at it this way. You could connect it in the front. If that makes you more comfortable, I think you should do that. If you're not sold on a way to do it, then you can try this way. Works for me. So here we go. Slight diagonal back, just like that. And then somebody's definitely wondering how to find a guide that's going to match up both sides. I think you need to look for a point. If you're not good at just kind of eyeballing it, for me, I like to go out here, cut it at the length that I think, roughly, and then I'm going to take a look at these 2 sides and make sure that they look like they match up. And I always err on this side of it being a little bit long. They don't have to be perfect, guys. That's another thing we get caught up with. You can always kind of blend and work a line a little bit. So don't feel stressed to make it perfect. Just make sure you don't just cut into it way too much and now all of a sudden you've totally messed up your haircut. But if you go into it with a purpose, like it's hard for me to determine a length in the back that's going to make my front look perfect. It's very easy for me to determine a length in the front that's going to make my front look perfect, and then I'll work my way into the back and kind of play around with the lengths as I get there. So like here, bring this hair in over top of itself, pull the guide to it, and then as I'm working my way back on the head shape here, see if I can. So here, as I work my way back, I can determine my finger angle and how I kind of want to attack into the back of the head. So here, diagonal back, comb into the hair. There we go. Just slightly shifting that finger angle through. Now I can see the guide in the back, and I can start to match up what I'm cutting. So there we go. So now we got both sides cut. Let the top out. both sides down, right down the middle. Jess, thank you for sharing the link. I appreciate that. Jess is saying we're almost at $3,000. That's pretty awesome. Let me see here. Where are we at? You guys are the best. We are at $2,871. So if you click the link that Jess put into the chat, please donate whatever you can during this live stream. I would really appreciate it. If you guys are just joining in and you don't know, my son is shaving his head this weekend to raise money for St. Baldrick's Foundation, which is children's cancer research. 100% of the proceeds go to children's cancer research directly, which is awesome. So if you guys could help us, we're trying to get to that $6,000 mark. And he's shaving his head this weekend. So if you could help out, that would be awesome. Any little bit will get us there. All right. So now here is that curtain front. And we're going to work through it. Let me go overhead here. We're going to work through it on the top. And I'm going to cut a flat line through the top here. Perfect. I can show you guys front angle and the top. So right here, we're going to work through the top all the way down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This we will start in the back. You don't have to, but for me, what I'm going to do is I'm going to plan out my line, right? So for this, I'll plan. I look at, I don't know why my microphone is popping. So I'm going to plan this out. But if you look at the head, look at the tiny window below here. If we look at the head in this line, don't look at the head as much as, because I got a black shirt on, I get it. Look at the comb angle. So if you look at here, if I tilt this comb angle and the head is curving right here, this hair is going to get super long. So there's really no need to tilt it too much depending on the length that you're trying to get. So I'm going to shift and I'm going to cut a line that looks very similar to this through it. Now, I'm going to do that, but I'm going to do it vertically. And by that, so let me kind of explain this. So as I'm working through here, I'm going to be taking this hair in my hand and cutting and blending. Now, how do I create this angled line doing this vertically? Over direction, right? So over direction is going to shift how this line works this way. I hope that makes sense for you guys. Hopefully, as we go through it, it will. So let me come through here, take my first line, and I could actually, you could cut this on top of your fingers too if you wanted to. You could cut it like this and just cut it straight up in the air like this with the round of the head if you want to. I'm going to cut it with the round of the head because I want a nice flow back to the head shape, but I'm not going to round it off, right? So what's the easiest angle to show you guys this? Here. Yeah, this will be good. So right here, I'm going to do a couple with the overhead like this, and then I'll show you guys the front view closer up. So just like that. So now, we've cut the beginning of our line. Let's see if hopefully that'll, okay. Hopefully that doesn't bounce too much, but so that's the beginning of our line right there. So we cut that here. Then I take my next section and I'm gonna comb my guide to that new section. So I don't want to right away start building that weight line going up yet. I want to have a traveling guide for about 3 subsections. So here, break this in half, push my guide to that new section over top of it and cut short to a little bit longer. There we go. Now I'm going to start my slight travel, or my slight stationary, sorry. My mind's all over. So here we go. So I take my new subsection. I just think it's important to show you overhead. So now I grab a little bit of that old section, and I'm going to bring this up. Now, I don't need to over direct it all the way back here. I'm just going to go slightly into the in between of the guide and the new section. So if this is section 3 and this is section 4, we're going to 3.5, right? Or 3 flat for you music lovers out there. Or 4 sharp, I don't know. So there we go. Now grabbing 4, grabbing 5, and going to 4.5. Okay. Now that's the last. Now I'm just going to bring everything back to that point. So 6, back to 4. Oh, it's focusing on my face. Then 7, back to 4. Black shirt. I know, black shirt. My apologies. So now, what does our line look like when we go right here and look at it this way? See how it goes? Oh, no, you can't. So see how it gets longer, a longer jump right at the end there? That's because of that little bit of over direction at the very end. So now that'll kick back. And you'll start to see kind of how that's going to flow back off of the face a little bit. And we're going to do the same thing on this side. So I'll grab a piece from the opposite side to start this. So right here, I'll look at where my guide's going to come from. And I just want to make sure that everything starts to match up to the point in the center. There we go. And then remember, I take my next subsection, and then I grab a little bit of that guideline, and I push that guide to the subsection. Subsection. Push the guide to it. A little less subsection, a little more guideline. There we go. Every once in a while, I just check to make sure that corner's matching up. So now we're at about 4. This is the last little bit, so we'll go here. okay to take a step back and refocus your combing. Now everything comes back to 4. So here, back here. And then last, you can kind of condense it together a little bit. Like that. Comb it back, off of the face. And we're getting our style here. So now, are they going to be perfect? I have no idea. It would be awesome if they were perfect, but it isn't necessarily always the truth. What I'm going to do is I'm going to now finish. I'm going to start my blow dry process. With that being said, I'm going to be using, I want to use something just kind of gel based. Let me see if I have a gel back here. What do we got? Yeah, let's use Lavender Mint Defining Gel. Thank you, Paul Mitchell. Here we go. So Lavender Mint Defining Gel from Tea Tree. So I like to put a gel base on guys that have longer hair when I blow it dry, just for a tiny bit of hold, not for that crispy, crunchy feeling. Like I wouldn't say, hey bud, put gel in this and just let it dry. That's not my thought process. So I work that through. I take a nap because that smells delicious. Now I'm going to work. So I'm going to work the blow dry. Now, here's one thing about blow drying that I want you guys to understand is that when I'm blow drying a guy's hair, I'm not really blow drying that part in right away because I want to give it lift and movement, and then I'll start to work the part in towards the end. But I want to get that volume. So I'm going to brush everything up and over the opposite way, and then it'll start to kind of all come together. You'll really start to see the gel, the shine from the gel too. So when you use that kind of product, it helps not only dry it a little bit faster with a little bit of hold, but gives it that shine too. All right, so now we got him blown dry, kind of back off of his face. I'm not trying to part him yet. What I want to do, and I saw Lynn's comment, and it actually is a great point to bring up, is that, hair on his face, and I saw the comments about him staring into your soul. I thought it'd be hilarious, like if I turn him like this and he's still staring at you, that'd be super weird. But he doesn't, so thankfully. So I like to get them a little poofier, even if I have to blow dry them or shampoo them or wet them down again, because it takes a couple seconds to blow dry a guy's hair. But for me, I like to see how poofy it gets, because that's what he's going to be dealing with, right? So if he's dealing with that, not that he's going to blow dry his hair. I mean, I try to teach my guys to blow dry their hair because you just get a better result. But I'm not expecting him to blow dry his hair. But even with not blow drying his hair, he's got to soak it with product so that it doesn't get like this during the day when it starts to kind of go through it, right? So when it goes through the process of the humidity and kind of expanding and drying on its own, he's putting product in there. A lot of guys put product in, and then the challenge is as they work throughout the day, the water that's already in their hair starts to break the product down. All of these products that guys use, you know, they're water soluble, right? And why are they water soluble? So that when you get in the shower or you put a little bit of cleansing shampoo on there, you know, it comes right out of your hair. It's supposed to be easy. So if you put it on your wet hair, you're not getting the full benefit of the product. So for me, you know, getting my guy's hair to be as true to style without product as possible, then going in and styling it with product after that, right? So here we go. So I want to go through. I'm going to section some of this off. You guys know, big fan of the FSE Velcro clips here. So let's take a look here. Siri thinks I'm talking to somebody. It's literally saying everything I said. Creepy. All right. So take some of this hair. Let's say that this is kind of our first panel right here. Brush or comb that hair up, and then take your Velcro clip and just place it on the part just like that, and it holds the hair nice and out of the way. These are also available on our online store. One of my favorite things ever for short hair. I even use them in long hair. I got a video coming out probably tomorrow where I use them in a dry haircut. But, all right. So now, I've got my Mizutani Type Z dual texture scissor. Love this thing because it's got teeth on both sides. It doesn't remove a ton of hair. So anytime I'm going in and just trying to smooth out some of it, but because it doesn't have a blade on either side, you get no grip on the hair at all. So once you cut, it slides right out. So you go through, cut, slides right out. I'll even come in here underneath this little area here and work my way in and just kind of cut and drag and take out some of that bulk in the hair. So I don't want to totally take away anything that I've done in this haircut, but I like to just slide through and remove some of that weight within the haircut because it'll make it just a little sleeker and easier for him to style. If you wanted to, you can grab some of this hair up in your hand and work through it like that and just kind of slide out. That keeps your line intact, but doesn't take away that graduation, anything like that. I know you can't see. So just like that, work through, slide. So this is called the Type Z dual texture scissor. It's also nano powder metal steel, so it's the same metal that makes up the DB20 scissors. So these are really these are Cadillac, top of the line, best thing you can buy, scissors, best metal you can get. So now let this out, and now that top's gonna fall over what we just skinnied up a little bit, and that's nice. I don't want to cut into this too much. I like this length. That's kind of the whole point of the haircut, is to have that length. But this underneath side, the poofiness that happens, that's what you're taking out. So I'll go here, comb the hair up. Put the logo the right side. There we go, just like that. And then I come in here, and again, I like to be able to flip this, so if I wanted the teeth to cut this way, or if I want to go back through this way, depending on how you want to cut through, I like to kind of slide through it this way. Cut. Here's the other thing. They will slide and glide, but if you can't even get a comb through it, then you're going to have issues. Just make sure you comb it out first. That's good. Now I want to work this crown area and just debulk it a little bit as well. Still want to keep that shape in. So I'm just going to take some of that weight in my hand and work the texture, scissor just like that. Kind of in and out. That'll remove some of this bulk, but create a nice soft line in the back. Great technique for fringe as well. Just come in here. I know you guys can't really see that. All right, so now I'm going to tap through it now that I've blown it dry with a little clipper over comb to finish it off. And then I'm going to wet the top just a little bit and dry it into the actual style that it's going to be. So here, coming in. This is just to finalize the two panels together. Like I said, if you needed to blend any of the lines in the back, you could do that. It's just good as like a final seeing it dry detail the haircut. I had a guy say to me the other day that he had forgotten what a good haircut was like, and he came to me the first time, and I just thought that was awesome because he said it's the attention to details. You know, I think that that's what separates a good haircut, a great haircut, a bad haircut, whatever you want to say, but just the tiny little details that we put into it. Also, during COVID, we used to do hot towel treatments, but during COVID we can't. So with the guys in the salon, we're actually still doing the hot towel. We do a hot towel on the neck, and then we do a nape shave, just as like a little added something to relax in a little bit. So making it a little more than just a haircut experience as well. This is like, I don't really need to talk through this detail because this is different for everybody. I think rounding this off in the back, not squaring it off, is ideal, just because it's more of a rounded shape. And you don't want guys to look like blockheads. Trimmer over comb. This is where I'll stand kind of back in the salon and take a look at it. Hey Kathy, what's up? Welcome, first timer. Appreciate you taking your time to watch. So weird that looks like. He looks like he's in a convertible right now. Going 65. Obviously, I'd pull this ear down, work around it that way, but not today. There we go. Then you could always blend if you needed to, right through here. Go a little tighter, trimmer over comb. That's another nice little touch. Get them brows, don't take them off. Oh, he's looking good, he's looking good. All right, so we got that. Now, I'm gonna wet his hair just the tiniest bit so that I can get the part blown dry in there. Doesn't take much. I just want to find out where that part's gonna be. I'm gonna go right about there. And then I'm going to go a little more. From that, I can use the heat of the blow dryer to kind of start this style, get it going. So all right, let's see. Can you post a link to donate again everywhere? I can't seem to find it. Yeah, for sure. So if anybody, it looks like we're on Facebook. Somebody on Facebook, if they could post the link to my son's donation page, that would be awesome. I don't know, like, I could probably put his number up there. Look, Hayden arrived at work. I don't know where he's at. Let me see. So here's his donation page. Oh, you guys are awesome. So we've already started raising more money. You guys are the best, $2,937. Thank you. Let's see if it says it. I think you can, see if I can copy it. See if anybody can do it. If somebody could do it for me, that would be awesome, because everybody's gonna get mad at me if I spend too much time on it. But if you could throw the link in YouTube and on Facebook to the donation page, that would be awesome. And those of you guys that are just tuning in, I'm giving away to one lucky person that donates at least $10. My DB20 scissor. This is a $950 scissor. I've had it for 4 years. Had a lot of fun with it, cut a lot of great haircuts with it, enjoyed it, and now I want to pass it along to one of you guys for being so kind as to donate. So for every $10 you donate, I'm going to put your name into a drawing, and I'm going to draw it Friday. So you guys be on the lookout for that. YouTube's blocking the link. Okay. All right. Let me see if I can put it in the video link on YouTube. Might let me edit it. Put it in the description. Let me see. I'm here with you guys. Let me finish the cut, and then if you guys hang with me, that'd be awesome, and we can get that link for you so you can do it. You might be able to go to St. Baldrick's page and type in Hayden Beck, and do it that way as well. All right, so I'm gonna use Maverick. Do I want to use Maverick or Mitch? I'm gonna use Mitch. I'm gonna use Mitch Clean Cut. Really like this product a lot. I use it in my hair every time I style it. I wear hats a lot, but every time I style my hair, I use Clean Cut. Cream-based product. It's got a really nice medium hold to it. It's got a little bit of shine, but not too much. So I work it in my hands. You can see right here. Sarah, I'm not sure what that link is, but okay, hold up. I'll post another link. Thanks, Jess. All right, so I start working this through the sides here, and then I'll start working into the top. The whole point is you don't want all the product to end up in the very front of the head, okay? So you can kind of work it through the sides. If you need to add more for the top, you always could, but I'm going to brush it through too. Let me get the product in there. It's okay, guys. We'll figure it out. Hey, what's up? Here, come here. Yeah. I'm telling people to donate for you, so come here and you can. Because guess what? So we raised another $100. Come here.
We did?
Yeah, we did.
Awesome.
Yeah, really awesome. So, so what do you say to everybody?
Thank you.
Jess is on. Remember I told you about her son milking cows to raise money to donate to you? So
Awesome.
it's very cool, right?
Yeah.
So, so guys, we'll get the link in there, but we're almost at 3,000 now, so we're getting there, right? And we're gonna shave this weekend.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun.
Exciting.
Exciting. All right, what are you doing now? Working?
I guess.
Okay. We're raising money.
Oh.
We're telling people to donate. All right, so to finish off this cut, let me brush it out. There we go, brush it back and out. Same thing here, get the product in. Like that. And then just kind of bring it forward a little bit. I want to pull it down. Kind of digging that too. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Starting to. Let's go to the side here. Start to see it. Yeah, kind of like that. All right. So let's see. Does anybody have any questions about anything? Where we're at. Can you cover Hayden's haircut? Hayden doesn't really have a haircut right now. But in style, yes, we can. Cool. All right, guys, I'll get the link for you in the comments. You want to spin it? No? All right, cool. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Let me see if I can get that link in the description right now so you guys can go donate. Let me see. Pulling it up. Nope, that was something else. Let's see. All right, I might have to do this different. All right. Try this different, guys. We're gonna get it. I appreciate it. Can't get the link on that. I don't need help. I just need, well, help. Yes, but I'm just trying to figure out how to add it while I'm live. Can you go to St. Baldrick's website and just type his name in? You can look for him. You know what you guys should do, actually? This is what you can do. If you go to the Free Salon Education YouTube channel, which some of you are on, some of you are not. If you go to our YouTube channel, I just did a video. The last video I put out is explaining everything, and there's a link in the description of that video. I think that will be the best way. Well, people are typing it in, it's deleting it. Yeah, I think they don't allow it or something. So I wonder if I can though. Maybe. I think I actually have it already copied on my phone. All right, I'm doing it on YouTube right now. Paste. Did that work? Looks like it showed up. Now I'm going to do it on Facebook for you guys. Oh, we broke 3,000? Yeah. All right. Come here, Hayden. Come here. Come here. Come here. All right. So let's see. Let me find. I gotta find our live video right now. So I'm going on Facebook now. Here it is. Comments. Pasting. There it is. Yeah. Sweet. Oh.
Super delayed.
It's good. People are seeing it. How do I pin it?
Say thanks for your donation,
Charlene just donated.
Thank you. So did Lynn, wait.
It's hard to tell who just did, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, Lynn Kressler already did, I believe.
Oh, Lynn, thank you. Yeah, Lynn's on, see? Oh, it's on my Instagram too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Cool. So if you go to my Instagram at Free Salon Education, you can click the link in the bio. Lorraine, thank you. If we're missing anyone, sorry. Yeah, it is hard to tell. Oh, Charlene said welcome. See? He's not on school. Well, he finishes school. He finishes at 1 o'clock, so he just got done. He's straight from virtual school right now, right? Yeah. All right. So thank you guys so much. Again, If you guys can donate, if you can't, we totally understand. It goes 100% of the proceeds go to children's cancer research. This is his 5th year of doing this, right? Yeah. And how much do you think you've raised so far in 4 years?
$20,000 probably.
$20,000? Yeah.
I think that was when we checked.
Yeah. So, and we're at 3,000 now. So that's a lot of money. Good job. It's because of those people, right? So thank you guys so much. I'm going to roll Hayden's video again for you guys, those of you guys that are just tuning in, and then we're going to close out this show. Here it is.
Hey guys, it's Hayden here, and I'm going to be shaving my head again for St. Patrick. This year will be my 5th year shaving. I'm shaving and accepting donations to help raise money for childhood cancer research. Every bit counts, and no donation amount is too little. If you could, please donate and share this video. The money raised will help give more time to kids fighting cancer, and hopefully someday find a cure. Click the link in the description to donate now. I appreciate all of your help. By next week, all of this will be gone. Thanks everybody.
I know the story of your life, through winter storms and summer skies. There was a time when you were young and free. So let's go back to the...
All right. So you guys know if you donate, every $10 goes into the thing. We're going to talk about this all week, but we're going to do the drawing on Friday. You'll either win a TriRazor, which is cool, right?
Yeah, very cool.
Or a DB20 scissor. This is a $950 scissor, guys. I've had this thing for 4 years in my possession. I've cut lots of hairs. Yep. On YouTube with this, and I'm giving it away. It's time for a new home, and I'll give you a free sharpening with it as well because it's going to need it. But I've done tons of haircuts with it, and just for a $10 donation, you'll go into the raffle for it. Every $10, your name goes in each time. So if you do $100, obviously 10 times, and good luck. There's not a ton of people, so you have a pretty good chance. But if you don't win, at least your money's going to a great place. And Smomo is saying that her son loves lacrosse. She was telling me that they look at your lacrosse page, and now he wants to play lacrosse. So
That's awesome.
Yep. So I told everybody to go follow us and follow you and watch me chase you around in the yard, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's always fun. All right, guys. Again, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, the class today. We have another class tomorrow. Brian's going to show you guys how to do highlights properly on a bob so that you don't get stripy pieces. So it's going to be a really fun class. We're going to talk about placement, all kinds of things. Maybe Hayden will make a appearance again. We'll see if you get out of school and all of that. But thank you guys again. Appreciate all of the donations. You guys are the best. And I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll see you soon. Thanks so much.